Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Player's Edge with Swiss Army Shawn and the hottest man in the land, Jaime Rodriguez. How are you this evening?
Good. How about you guys?
Doing pretty good, thank you. Are you leaving any wins for anybody else?
I try. I try. I gotta bring it. I gotta come with two back. One to win, one to lose.
Hmm. So you had a really nice stretch there where you won 8 races in a row. And tell me, when you're in a streak like that, what's going through your mind? Do you feel more pressure or less pressure?
Kind of like I don't feel. I don't get any kind of pressure. And just keep doing my job and everything and focusing the race, handicapping the race. And like I said, I thank God for keep me healthy and everything. And just keep going forward.
All right, that sounds like a fair thing. So, are you
Yeah.
hoping to get to 10 in a row so the record can be yours?
I want to look for that. I'm gonna try how hard I can, and if I can break the record, I'll be so happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. That would make me pretty happy too.
Yeah.
So, of all the races that you've run so far, which one would you say is the most your most important win?
Uh, this year.
Or just any
Uh,
time in your career outside of your
Anytime.
first race?
I had a I had a horse when I rode the first time in Puerto Rico. I do everything with him, like groom the horse, take it to the pool, swim the horse, and I rode the horse in every. They have 10 race practice, 5 in the morning and I think 5 in the afternoon, and I rode kind of the same horse in all the races. And when January came, I don't have no horse for the race. And then I took the train and I said, I might not gonna ride the 1st of January, and I'm gonna have no horse. And he told me, don't worry about it, you got one in the race. And I asked and I said, what horse do I have? He told me the same horse that you've been riding in the practice races. And I tell him, cannot be because I said, only reason I'm putting him in the race because I'm trying to keep him fit for the mile distance. I said, oh, I see that now.
Hmm. Is that the horse you used to ride around in the neighborhood on? And when the people told you, "Hey, you can't ride the horse in the neighborhood; it's not
No,
safe."
no, no, no. That was like a horse that I have in the backyard and everything. And one of my family, my mom's cousin, they have jockey and everything. They're riding fingerless, and they give me a saddle. And I was riding the whole all over, like in flip flop, no shirt, like shorts, like people looking at me like, as man, you're gonna get hurt. Just be careful. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just doing this for fun. And to one day they asked me, I say, do you want to be a jockey? And I say, yeah, I will love to be that. And they say, you know what, I'm gonna take it to the jockey school. You can fill it out the paper and you go from there. And I fill out paper, they check my weight and everything. And I think 2 weeks later they send me the mail that they approved me for the school. I was so happy.
Hmm. So you said Finger Lakes. So you won a couple of riding titles there where you didn't leave a whole lot of wins for anybody else. Tell us about your time. Well, you started like in the big circuit, like more out in New York, and then you moved
Yeah,
over to Finger Lakes.
when
So
I
take us through
started,
the process of coming from the, I don't know, like the all-star jockey school in Puerto Rico. Like everybody comes out of there, is great, gets a great
yeah,
smile, and then does well. So take us through that whole process of going to the school in Puerto Rico. I know you see your mom's cousin helped you get into there.
yeah.
And then once you got into there, you came over here. So take us through that whole time in your life.
I was like, when I started in jockey school, my mom tell me, I said, you know what, when you finish the school, you can go and everything. I told mom, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the jockey school and I'm gonna bring you my diploma, the graduate and everything, because I was galloping in the morning from Monday to Saturday, and Saturday after work, after morning work, I had to go to school. And I was finished school and then go back home and everything. And it was hard because I was so tired from galloping and go to school. And finally, I did it. I told my mom, I said, there you go, you get your diploma. I'm going to go to the yogi school. And she was so happy because I worked so, and like I say, I worked so hard for everything, even for that, because from where I come from, I was being humble, and I don't care what people say. I always keep my smile and keep walking, and I'm the same way with everybody, no matter
Hmm.
what. And then I rode in Puerto Rico from January to April. I win like 15 races. Then they called me to come to the United States, and then I came to they came me right away to Aqueduct, and they tell me, you know what, we're not gonna ride the winner. Let's just start when Belmont open, ride Belmont, Saratoga, and then we come back do it again like Belmont and Aqueduct. and I was in Belmont. I win a few races, and then we went to Saratoga. I win like 8 races, 9 races when I was a buck boy. I got hurt. I stopped my buck, came back to New York. I win a few races in Belmont, and then the main goal for me was to go to Alcatraz, straight with the buck boy, like do how much I can, and then use the buck how much I can, And once I went to Belmont, then I win like maybe like 20 races. Then I went back when we went for the winter time. I was like, I think second in the standing. I was battling with Ramon Dominguez, and I was so proud, because for where I come from and everything, and the big practice and everything, I learned a lot. And plus, I have Junior Cordero on my side. He was helping me a lot in everything. Like every time I do a mistake, he called me. I say, "Come home. You gotta watch the replay. Do what you did wrong. Fix it." And if I not doing anything, he have an equalizer. He tell me, "You better get on there. I'll put the iron shoulder, and you gotta practice how hard you can." Listen, it was hard, but like, I learned, and I learned from every mistake I made, every mistake I fix.
So then you went off to Finger Lakes,
I
and
went from New York. I went to Tampa.
Uh-huh.
I was running in Tampa for a little bit. The agent that I got, he don't have too much business. It was like everything new for him. And I told my girlfriend, I said, "You know what? Let me figure it out. What I gonna do?" Then I met people from Finger Lake. One of the trainers called me and say, and I asked him, I said, "What do you think if I go over there?" And he told me, "It'll be a bad idea just to try, see what happens." And I told my agent in Tampa, I said, "You know what? I don't think this thing is gonna work. I just gonna pack my stuff and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go back to New York." Then I pack everything. I drove from Tampa to Finger Lake. I bought my trailer and everything, had everything set up. Went back to New York. I rode, I think like 5 horses. Till I can win like 3 or 4, and then I left to Finger Lake.
So then at Finger Lakes, I think you won the biggest race of your life while you're at Finger Lakes. This one right here against all the other jockeys.
Yeah. I win it. What I win? I win that race 3 times, I think.
So not only were you the leading jockey, but you're the fastest jockey. So you're faster than everybody on the horses, and you're faster than everybody on your feet. Where do the wheels come from?
I don't know. I think the blacksmith.
How about you, Shawn? How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing great. It's great to see your success. Who are some of your role models and jockeys that really helped you along the way? Besides, obviously Angel Cordero.
I got Angel, and I got Johnny Velasquez. Every time that I do something, he pull my ear. I say, "Come here and sit down. You're supposed to not do this." Then I have my cousin in Finger Lake, my mom's cousin, Wilfredo Roina. I learned a lot from him, and like I said, I take a little bit from everybody, from all the riders, But my model over there, I got June Cordero, Johnny, and Willie Roina.
Are you trying to go back to New York, possibly?
Like I said, I'm comfortable right now. Like I have the opportunity, like I got a good horse or something like that. They're gonna go. I go and try, But I'm already set up here, and I'm comfortable with it right now. I don't want to like get behind. I'm gonna try something different because nothing is working here, and so far and everything, and just thank God everything going good, family good, like still the same, like I always be.
The most remarkable part about you winning 8 consecutive races, and most people don't know this, is it was for 8 different trainers. It wasn't like you had one trainer or one barn. Talk about that a little bit, how you ride for so many different outfits.
Like I ride, like I say, like I can ride for a trainer that can have 20 horses. And then I can ride a trainer that have maybe 2 horses. I'm going to give you the same effort that I give the trainer that have 60 horses. I'm going to give the same effort to the little trainer, and it's crazy because I ride most of the time for Ness. And that day when I was finished riding and look everything, and I say, man, I win for like 8 different people. Like never happened. Most of the races that I win, if I win from maybe 2 or 3, maybe like Ness or Mike Goran, and I never did it like that from many different trainers.
And then today you won 1 race, but then you finished inside the top 3 every race, but the last race, and obviously race 1 you didn't have a mount.
Yeah, the one I don't have nothing in the first. The one in the second, he was okay, and Then the other one, plus all the horses that I ride to, most of them the turf, and plus the track and everything. Whoever like the track today is gonna keep going all the way. And
Another
like I
thing,
said, you got to planning. You got to planning too. Some of the horses they like to run in the mud, or some of the horses they don't like it.
another thing I saw today, and it made me think of all this controversy going on with the jockey elbowing and
Yeah.
Sonny Leone. You and Paco were right there neck and neck with both your horses fighting. How is that? And could you ever imagine any of that other stuff that Sonny Leone did and Simone did as well?
It like it's a thing happen. You ride on everything, you touching each other, but you don't see me. You don't see like he laying on top of me or I laying on top of him. The adrenaline. You just focus just to ride the horse and win the race, trying the best you can. Sometimes you're gonna make contact. Sometimes like he make more contact than you and everything. You gotta take a shot. Gotta call him quiet or whatever. And that's how everything go. But it's crazy because like the way I was watching it when I was reading and I'm watching the replay, I say, man, it's crazy because the way he did it, like you can even the way he laying his body, you can even fall right there. And inside went all the way sleeping the forward, like sideways, and it's crazy. But like I said, you gotta keep going and riding. And like the guy that win the race, he was confident. He said, I don't care, I'm just gonna ride to the wire.
Do you ever like when you're battling it out like you did with Paco today? Do you ever like say something to him to kind of distract him to get him to lose his attention? Like, hey, your shoe's untied.
And like we normally like joke around. I say, come on, ride. You can ride better than that. Like joking around everything. But if he got the best horse, we just joking around everything because like we gotta take care of everybody each other. Like something happened, you gotta take care of everybody. Like you riding. Like when I learned when I was in New York, and Colette always tell me, I say, when you ride your horse, you gotta ride everybody else.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you about a situation. So you're heated, you're coming down the stretch, and then there's a jockey's objection, right? So one of you object to the other. Is there a time like you guys I know you have to take phone calls, you got to talk to the stewards, but is there a time like when you go back into the room where you're like, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't do anything to you.
We kind of we talk about it. We talk about it and everything. We watch the replay, see what happened. Sometimes we make like 50-50. We leave it like that. Say, what 50-50? Nothing happened. Everybody good. Everybody came back. Just walk away. But sometimes like you can get mad, like aggravated. I just keep walking and just sit in my corner and never see anything.
Is there like a jar in the jock's room where if somebody's wrong, they got to put like $5 in for everybody later on?
That would be a bad idea to do it.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea. I mean, that way, at least at the end, everybody can have a little bit of fun with it, right? So
yeah. We can
now you mentioned this has probably happened to you a million times. You do a lot of riding for Jamie Ness, right? So the only difference between Jamie and Jaime is the I is on the other side of the M.
Yeah.
How many people call you Jamie?
Everybody call me Jamie. Everybody.
All right. So
I wasn't the only. I was guilty too.
I know. I remember.
I spelled his name wrong twice before I got it the right way. I apologize for that.
Well, that happens sometimes. So you also ride at parks. You had a lot of success there. What's the difference between riding at a track like Parks or riding at a track like Delaware?
Like I said, I think the riders at parks and everything, they're kind of like more aggressive and everything. And they try and everything. You got to work on everything over there. And everybody's the same,
Absolutely. Which one do you like to ride better at?
Right now, I love Delaware. I went to Mama this year. And I love Mama. I rode 3 and all 3 win.
So are Monmouth and Delaware similar because they're both close to the ocean in terms of the like the tracks makeup and the kind of the way the horses dig in?
Yeah, kind of the same thing, style and everything. Like everything, like the top of the thing and everything, kind of like closer, like different than Maryland. Maryland, the top of the line is a little bit longer. And Parks is like I'm not gonna say it's like a dirt, more like a gravel because the way of color of the dirt and everything is hard. Some of the horses they like it, like the horses they go to the lead, they just keep going.
So what do you think? And we've talked to a lot of other jockeys about this, but they come out of that school in Puerto Rico. It seems like everybody has success. Everybody has kind of the same answer that they make you work really hard. and you learn every aspect of the game. Would you say that's the reason that, or why do you feel that you've come out of that school and been so successful?
Like I say, and everybody, the people that graduate with me, the people that are already riding, like all the Ortiz and everything, we gotta work. Like we get on at least 10, 12 horses in the morning, but everything is closer because it like they have like a little paddock. And they have all the horses there. You don't even have to walk barn to barn. Just some of the trainers they call you, hey, do you want to get on the horse? And they just hop on and go.
So from all the guys that come out of that school, like when you won 8 in a row, do you like text Irad and text Jose and put like an 8 on it and go, what's your number?
I know that type of like, once I finish riding and everything, the only thing I can say, I thank God that we come out in one piece. I came in a piece and I want to come back in one piece to see my family and everything, and that's the main important, And when I'm finished working, I just go home and I don't pay attention like races and everything, I just want to spend time with the kids and everything, because it's a hard work, because you most of the time you're riding, you gotta work in the morning. Normally you gotta stay there because you gotta ride at least 8, and by the time you finish riding, you get home by 5, the kid, and then by 7 they gotta go by bed and everything. They gotta go to school, and it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
When the kids they grow fast.
Speaking of the school, is it a requirement to come out of that school that you have to smile at all times? Because every jockey that comes from that school, they smile all times.
I know. Like I said, that's the way you are, Not the same way with everybody. No matter, I can be mad, I can be upset, I'm gonna be smiling no matter what.
You also brought up family. You're having your 3rd kid, correct?
Yeah, my 3rd kid. Yep.
Yeah. And how old are your other 2?
My son is 3 and my daughter is 8.
The daughter is 8. Does she have any aspirations to be like that and become a jockey? Or
she ride horse? She been doing like show jumpies and everything, and she getting there. I don't think she's gonna have the aggressive in her. She do it, but sometimes she get a little bit scared, and if she fall and everything like that, just looking at her and say, nothing happened. You good, right? Get up and hop on again.
Now, when you were riding a horse, you didn't have a helmet. You were wearing flip flops.
Nothing. I have a piece of stick I had a piece of branch in my hand, and I just riding like cars going back and forth. I said, man, you're crazy. What are you doing?
So did you give your daughter a stick? Is that what she uses, or no? You gave her everything, didn't you?
No, yet. She got helmet. She got everything.
So how nervous are you when you see her riding, knowing how riding horses? The horse is an animal. At times it can be unpredictable. Does it make you nervous?
When she go to the shows and everything, like class and everything, and like her mom going because I'm normally riding, but the days when I'm on a race, I go and see her. She jumping and everything, like walk and trot. But it kind of like everything is new for her. But
and how about for you? Does that make you nervous to watch it?
No, because she going slow, jumping, like walking and everything is good. Like if she go fast and she's like that, I can't stop the whole, and then I'm gonna be a little bit worried.
I can imagine. So in 2021 and 2022, you've really taken off, right? Because if you look at your career numbers, it was growing, but then the last 2 years, boom. What do you think led to the boom? Is it just the move to Delaware, or what do you think contributes to you really just having a phenomenal last 2 years?
I guess, like I said, we got lucky and everything. We got a good agent, he moved and everything. He worked hard, and thank God I got lucky, then I got in a good barn, and I think when I win the stakes and everything, I win the stake in Pimlico and everything, I think everything just like got together and grew up. And it was hard for me in the beginning because when I was riding, I never had turf. Everything that I was riding, everything was dirt. When I left New York, and I never had the opportunity to ride in the turf, But I think between 21 and 22, I figured it out, and then between numbers in the dirt and the turf, they're totally different.
Yeah, I can imagine. Everybody says the turf and the dirt are a little bit different. Say, Shawn?
Yeah. So what do you think what's the light that went on with the turf? What did you finally figure out that made you more successful on the turf?
I guess you gotta have the horse, you gotta have the right horse. And some of the horses, sometimes if the turf is good, they're gonna handle it. And then I study like the horses and everything, how they run and everything, and figure it out the same way, like if they're running off the pace, like 4 line, 3 line, maybe like middle of the pack, just let it break, let it get position, and save more ground how much I can. In the turf, the more ground you save, the better gonna be.
Right. Now I know the answer is all of them and everything else, but if you had like one type of race to pick and a type of horse to pick, what's your like most comfortable race where you're like, I'm definitely gonna win this if I have the horse?
Like going long, going short, turf.
You like
No
to be on
matter.
the front? Do you like to be in the middle? You like to be in the back? Personally, where do you like to be with your horse? Do you want the one in the front where you're always looking over your shoulder? Do you want to be able to see what's in front of you? Or do you want to just have that feeling like you don't see me coming and you just run by everybody at the end?
I kinda, I can do anyway. Long pro, doesn't matter. Whatever, however the horse wanna go, however the horse wanna be comfortable, I let it go. Like if you break in top and nobody go, and I'm myself in the lead, I just gonna keep going, because you gotta plan it by the break. I know if you can have a horse with speed, and you say, man, I'm gonna go to the lead, and then you break, if you hold no break good, then you're like, man, I gotta go for a flambe. If the horse can run off the pace, I'm just gonna sit off and just wait how much I can and just let it go in the end. But if the horse running from way back, then we just gotta break, let the horse came back and just make one move. And the other thing it is like, if you got some pace in front, you coming off the pace, you'll be good. But if you don't have no pace, you're gonna be kind of a little bit worried because you gotta use your horse a little bit more to put it closer to the pace. And sometimes a lot of horses they don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see
Did that surprise you today in race 7? We're going back to race 7 again. I thought you were going to have the lead with Visual Artist, but then the number 14 Morning March really jumped out there and got a head start on you.
Hey, like I told the trainer, he told me if the gate open, just go to the lead and see what happened. And I broke and I looked inside and I said, because I know he can come off the pace once he's in the clear, I can rate him. And but when I see the kid running off, and I say, you know what, just go. I'm just gonna see with my relax, and I'm not even gonna get nervous. And because I know he's gonna stop right away when we got before the half of my pole, he was done.
Yeah, and that's the difference with some good jockeys and not. Some jockeys would have, they needed the lead, they would have just chased them all the way and tired themselves out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even
that's
like
what I would do.
Like the trainer says, I mean, you do the best thing. You let him go and just sit outside. And I say, I'm not gonna go kill my whole head to head to finish nowhere. If I can win the race and I can rate my horse, if he want to rate, then I just rate it. But when I see him like that, and he got me surprised because in the program, the horse not show a lot of speed.
So our friend Terry wants to know, do you like riding fillies or colts better?
I go 50-50.
50-50. Very diplomatic.
Yeah, 50-50. Yeah.
You're gonna be president one day.
Yeah, 50-50.
I like everything. All right. So tomorrow it looks like you have what, 6 mounts, and then after the next day it looks like you have a mount in every race. Like you even have 2 mounts in one race. That's pretty hard to do. How do you ride 2 horses in one race? But anyway, anything on the card the next couple of days that, I mean, obviously everything you're riding has a chance to win, but is there anything that you've seen on the card for tomorrow where you're like, yeah, I really think this one's going to win for me?
I don't even see the program until I go to the room. Once I come home and my story, the PPs, go to the room, and once I get there, then I sit down and start handicapping and everything, and then I decide, man, I got shot with this one is okay,
Mm-hmm. So when you handicap, are you like a pace handicapper? Are you looking like just to break down who's going to be on the lead, who's going to try to close, that sort of stuff?
Kind of like that. Yeah, I say just mark the race, the bad races the horses run and everything, the way they run and everything. Like you say, whoever going to go to the lead, who's going to come to the pace, who I going to run together, like who's the horse I got to beat. And because if I got the second choice and the favorite run off the pace and my horse run off the pace, I'm just going to try the race. Run the race with that horse. But if I can get a jump in front of the horse, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, it's like a good idea, right? Beat the one that everybody thinks is going to win. So you do all the handicapping the day of the race. That's interesting indeed. So that's how you got 2 horses in one race, because one's going to scratch.
I told my agent, I said, how are we going to split in half? We're going to ride both of them.
You can tell them 50-50.
50-50, there you go.
50-50. That's the answer. I'm going to ride I'm going to ride the first half on one. And then I'm going to do like Sonny. I'm going to jump from one horse to the other, and then I'll ride that one the other way. A little bit of, what do we call that? Like stunt riding.
There you go,
sure.
stunt riding.
I know how it is as a handicapper. We look at the pace and stuff, and then we always have that 1 or 2 horses like, what the heck is this guy doing? How many times does that happen to you when you're like earlier today, how many times does that happen and kind of throw your whole game plan out?
A bunch of times, like you say, man, how the horse got the lead? Like, how the horse got more speed than my horse? Like, I said, you know what? Whatever, let it go. And I know he's going to stop, and we figured it out when we get to the half of my pole.
So when you win 8 races in a row, what kind of celebration do you have? I mean, there has to be something that Jaime does for Jaime when you do good.
Like I said, I was happy. I don't even know that they have the record, the 8 race and 9 and 14. My wife told me. She told me, you want two more win and then you break the record. And I said, record for what? And then I Google it. I said, man, this is crazy. And I was like, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to try how hard I can. And I literally win the first. And I said, man, we got one more. Then I finished second.
So is there like how's the jock room after something like that? When everybody knows, is it like in baseball, if someone's throwing a no-hitter, nobody talks to him, right? On the bench, they kind of sit there by it. Nobody talks to you?
Everybody was happy. I said, man, can you just give us a break? Everything you're winning. And they say, I said, we're going to kidnap you at least for a week. You cannot ride. So
they're telling you that their kids need shoes too, huh?
Yeah, so they tell me, we got to eat too.
Sure. Well, one thing for sure, if the bettors are playing your horses, you're feeding the bettors, you're feeding the owners. So the more you feed the bettors, the more you feed the owners, the more you're going to feed yourself.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Absolutely. Shawn, anything else?
Well, you did bring up injuries too. What are the worst injuries you've had?
I broke my ankle when I was riding a mini in a farm in Ohio. And I was so mad because after that happened, the next day I was supposed to go to Cincinnati to ride a stake. I cannot ride. I was upset. The whole win the stake. I was like, why I did that? Then I was in Finger Lake. And I broke my collarbone in 3 pieces. Then the doctor told me, we might gonna need surgery and everything. And I told him, I said, nope, I'm not gonna get no surgery. If he's gonna heal, he can heal by himself. And then the first injury that I got was in New York. I rode in the winter time. I rode 5 or 6 horses. I rode the first 3 horses. I win the first 3. I got the 4th race off. Then I rode the one in the 5th. And when we broke out of the gate, the horse stumbled out of the gate. I literally lay my shoulder and broke the collarbone maybe in half. It kind of was like this. And I was upset and I said, man, I'm doing so good and this thing got to happen.
Yeah, I can't imagine that doesn't feel very good, either physically or emotionally, Shawn. Because you guys, when you're hurt, there's no work, right?
No. You kind of have like the jockey. Once you hurt and everything, I think the jockey can pay you for a little bit until you came back. And but it's hard because the same. You're sitting at home without doing anything. Then you see watching races. You're getting upset, and it's hard.
But you're still smiling
all the time, no matter
what. What it's like to ride with Jeremy Rose, who made this whole interview happen. And I got to say, he's trying. Your agent's phone's got to be off the hook. Jeremy Rose is trying to get you to the big time too. So
I know he's the one that tell me. He say, "Can you call this guy? He want to talk to you and everything." I say, yeah, I do it. He's a good guy, good person and everything. And I'm happy to meet him and everything. He was a hell of a rider, like smile and everything, like the way he ride horses and everything. Every time when I see him riding, I gotta be next to him right away because I know if I don't get close to him, he gonna keep going. And he always tell me, I say, when I'm looking at you, I say, we gotta go.
What were you doing? How old were you and what were you doing when he was riding in the Kentucky Derby with Fleet Alex?
I am 31 right now. I was,
so you were pretty young.
I never even was a rider yet.
Yeah, teenager for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I even was planning to go to jockey school.
What were you thinking about doing as a kid?
I was doing 2 things. I was doing the jockey school, and I was doing the art school, drawing and everything. And it was hard because it was in at 9, and then I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work and to the track. And I put 2 players in, and I gotta decide what I want to be. And I took the draw, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Jockey School because I know I'm gonna make money. You know, I know I love drawing and everything, but I just gonna focus in the future.
So what kind of drawings do you make? Or what kind of artist are you?
I'm just drawing any like fun thing, like character, like cartoons and everything. Like even my daughter, like do even the same thing with her. Like anything that come out through my mouth, everything that I see in my head and everything, I just do it. But I have to be by myself. Nobody can be with me. I gotta be focusing. If somebody come, everything get messed up.
So the next time you're by yourself and you're trying to think of something to draw, maybe a nice horse racing today logo. That would be awesome. We could say this is from Jaime, and you can sign it. Be the coolest thing ever. We'd greatly appreciate that. That's it for me, Shawn. Anything else? Because I know we try to keep it to a half an hour. We only lie most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, he can do that drawing, and then when he's in I feel like you're gonna have a Kentucky Derby ride in the next couple of years, and then when you go on and win the Kentucky Derby, you know.
This is my goal. Get into the Derby.
Yeah, you keep winning, you're going to be in more than one. That's for sure.
Like I said,
everybody loves a winner.
Your agent's phone's got to be off the hook right now.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll let you go answer that phone and then take care of getting some new shoes and the 2 youngsters, and then the 3rd one on the way. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's obviously more important than the winning of the races, but winning the races helps with the new shoes and make sure that, boy, let's see, a baby now, college education in 20 years. You better win a lot of races, young man.
I ride for the owner every time he asks me, say, Jamie, and I tell Joe, what's up? I say, hey, Winnie, we got to buy new shoes and diaper. I say, I know. I got to buy new shoes.
I think they're going to start showing you the college education bill. Then you'll win every race.
Yeah, then every race, yep.
When's the 3rd one due?
Supposed to be December 7th, but I think it might gonna come earlier.
A little Thanksgiving baby for sure.
Yeah, a little Thanksgiving baby. Yeah. Hopefully everything come out good and everything. You know, put him in the hand of God and he do the rest.
Indeed. Well, the hard part's already there. Now it just comes and says hello to the world.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to seeing you in the winner's circle more often. And then we're looking forward to our logo. So we're going to tell everybody in your family, leave them alone for a few hours. All right. Thank you and have a great evening.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh, we're back to normal, Shawn.
Yeah,
Big head's gone for sure. But we already know how that plays out now. It's whichever one is to the left or to the left to the right. Anyhow, if you haven't done so yet, please get on over to the picks from the professor. His parlays, again, have been a little bit cold lately for the professor. I don't know. I was a little cold myself today over at Indiana Grand. Sometimes I wonder if I read the right program. It's just one of those days where a lot of my second picks won, but I couldn't string a horse behind it, and I couldn't string races together. I mean, every bettor goes through days like that. So today was that day for me where you just kind of like being stuck in Chicago traffic. You sputter, you go, you sputter, you go, and you get frustrated along the way. And then when the car next to you bangs into you, you get a little bit of road rage going, and then you got to kind of calm down a little bit. So, but maybe the picks with the professor today can get back on the winning board. There is a link in the description below. Please click on that. Go watch the full show in the comment section on YouTube. Please be loud. Please be obnoxious. Please let them know that Horse Racing Today sent you. Seems like in the news today, Shawn, there's a lot of common, at least a common theme that I picked up on. In Boston, I probably screwed that all the way up. But in any case, looks like there might be a return to thoroughbred horse racing there because casino and all that sports betting stuff is on the ballot. And I guess the city council or whatever is going to vote on it and see if they bring horse racing back to Boston. I know when we talked to Sean Patrick Nolan, I think it was he who told us he doesn't think it's going to happen. But according to this, it looks like they think it is going to happen.
I can tell you, I actually met him at Parks on that Saturday too for the PA Derby, and he said the same thing. Even then, you know, everybody keeps thinking this is going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we'll see. I'm sure he would love for it to happen. He just didn't,
Uh-huh.
It's one of those, though, we talk about this all the time too. Well, great if there could be another track, but also then you take from one to the other, you know what I mean? So
well, from what I understand, is Massachusetts has they have a big thoroughbred like fund that nobody's using.
we covered that months ago.
Mm-hmm. So they
Probably
got all this money sitting around. And politicians and money, man, they don't last very long. Like dogs that chase cars. If there's some money laying around, a politician's going to find a way to spend it. That is there's one thing, right? We know for sure that a politician's going to do. It's going to be spend your money.
They think that's their job.
Well, it is their job. I mean, what else do they have? They either spend it or take it from you. They'd really have no other power. That's their power. So in California, it looks like they're trying to find the FanDuel model. So if you live in California, Terry, tell your friend to tell two friends to tell two friends, because the horse racing industry is behind an initiative to bring sports casinos, sports books to the track so that people will come to the track to bet on the 49ers. Ain't that right, Terry? And then while they're at the 49ers, betting on the 49ers, they might look over there, see a horse that either myself or Shawn or Tom or Terry or Charles recommended, and go over there and cash a ticket while the 49ers lose. What do you say, Shawn?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I just don't know why all 50 states don't have sports betting. I mean, it's going to happen pretty soon, I would imagine. So, California shouldn't be too far behind this.
Well, it looks like they say the polls right now aren't a big positive for it. Right now, it's behind in the polls. More people oppose it. Neither number looks like it is above 50% right now, so there's still room. So if you're out in California, a lot of time these initiatives, they don't get as many votes as like the governor or the senator or your House of Representatives. So if you're out to vote, if you check off yes as a horse player out there, you might actually be the deciding vote. And the horse industry out there seems to think it'll be a positive. I know this is the FanDuel model from talking to Rich Perloff, that they hope that by bringing the sports bettor and introducing them to horse racing to sports betting, that you can lose money both ways.
Yeah, essentially. I get the model, and I don't disagree with the model. It's just unfortunate. I think most people, they're either born into that way where you just like horses and you like all the sports, or you either like sports and you don't like horses.
So you're a degenerate or you're not, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, well, yeah, but there's also that separation. It's kind of like, I'll use hockey as an example. I like every sport. Hockey I can't stand, but then you got those people who just watch hockey but don't watch the other sports. It's kind of like that with horse racing and sports too. Some people, they'll do both, but then some people it's a separate thing.
Separate but different. Okay, cool. Well, I can get that. I like to do both a little bit. To me, it's one and the same. It's all probability, trying to figure out who's, where I have an edge, and then trying to exploit that edge. I say the stock market has some similarities too, but not lately, because the stock market loses more frequently than any horse player as of late. Hey, a new betting angle here, Shawn. Parental age could be a key factor in helping thoroughbred horses be first past the post. It says here that the older the mama and the papa are, the slower the horse is, according to a study done at the University of Exeter, wherever that might be, but find that the speed of thoroughbred horses declines as parental age at conception increases. The research team analyzed more than 900, so really big sample size, 1,000 races, past performances of more than 100,000 racehorses from across Great Britain. So it's not like, like Ecuadorian race. It's Great Britain racing, so high quality horses. And they find that, I guess, the older the mama and papa are, the slower the kids are, Shawn. So it looks like Blake can outrun my son.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I mean, they have the study there. But it doesn't really make sense to me because it's not something you would think. You don't pass on your speed by your age when you have a kid. So that really sounds weird, but the study shows that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of interesting thing to maybe pay attention to on first-time starters. I'm going to start looking at this to pay. I don't know that I can tell how old. I guess you can tell, right? Because you can go to like Equibase and you can see how old a horse is.
Yeah, you can see how old their
moms and the sire and the dams
and you can see how old the horse is and go, okay, they're 10 and this horse is 2, so they were 8.
If there's 2-year-olds having babies, man, that's gonna be something else.
No. The 10-year-olds, and then you have the horse that's racing that's 2. You can do it that way, I guess. Yeah. But
yeah, well, I mean, you're just looking at to see which parents are there, right? So if the parents are 15 and the other parents are 12, the 12-year-old sire and dam should have a faster horse than that 15-year-old. I'm gonna tomorrow if there's
Rich is doing his own study
tomorrow. If there is at the Belmont at Aqueduct, if there is a maiden race tomorrow with first-time starters, I'm telling you right now, that's the handicapping I'm going to do. I'm going to see who was born from the younger set of parents, and I'm going to pick those horses no matter what the form says and see how it plays out.
Do your own study. Yeah.
If it works, then you got an edge that maybe nobody else has even thought about, unless they do the right thing and has watched this show, because I scour the news looking for things. And that's how I come up with all these corny things all the time. So the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any new horse racing angles discovered by 900,000 races performances from 100,000 horses at the University of Exeter, wherever that is. So make sure you subscribe while you're here. Hit the like button. Again, that helps us with the algorithms with Google and with Facebook. You can see below, Horse Race Today is the place to keep up with Swiss Army Shawn and all the things that are going on. I can't tell you what's going on for the rest of the week, because outside of what we're doing tomorrow at Belmont at Aqueduct, I honest to God have no idea. Shawn, anyway, do you have any idea?
No, I don't have a guest yet. I have one and I have a messaging too, but I haven't gotten anything back. So I don't know if we'll have a guest tomorrow for the Players Edge or what. We were going to cover Keeneland. I know that because Keeneland's starting Friday and then obviously has 3 or 4 Breeders' Cup races on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think they have 3 or 4. I think they have 3 winning you're in on Friday too. So it's a big winning you're in, because the number of spots right now is really for the Breeders' Cup is really down to the last few before all the horses are declared, and we start to get to the biggest Friday and Saturday of racing left in 2022. Of course, we'll have all of that covered and a lot more. So while you're here again, please hit the subscribe button. Head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Hit the HRT gear. Get yourself a cool looking HRT hat like Shawn, or the number 1 hat like me. Shawn definitely looks better in that hat than I do, but we appreciate your support. Great way to look great. Help us out as well. Any final thoughts today?
Well, you can, with that, you can edit, I edited this HRT hat. You can make it any way you want to do it. So, and the numbers with the colors and, the only other thought I have, we talked about the fishing and the cheating. It's funny how yesterday Twitter erupted with this whole baseball thing and Aaron Judge hitting number 62, and how many backers Barry Bonds has that he hit 73 home runs and he's the record holder, even though it's proven that he's cheated. So it's that whole thing. How much is integrity actually worth to people?
I'm telling you, Shawn, it's an afterthought.
Right? Yeah, apparently, because people are just, and I'm not one way or the other. I didn't think he really broke the record, but at the same time, I don't think Barry Bonds got the record. This way.
How many people in Hollywood that we pay however many dollars to go watch a movie, although it's dying, how many of them is their physical appearance authentic?
Right.
Probably none of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, is that integrity or is not an integrity? It's entertainment.
Right. It's all Hollywood style. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's entertainment, I think integrity, it is an important part. I mean, people should have integrity. There's no question about that. I mean, a man and a woman are measured by their character. If I say I'm going to do A and I do A, right, that's a person that you want to work for you or work with you. But I think for the average bettor going to the track, their concern is, I went to the track with $100. How much should I come home with? And I think it begins and ends there. Some of the stuff that happens in the middle, you're out with your friends, you have a good laugh. Maybe you meet some new people at the track. Those sorts of things kind of factor in there as well. But in the end, it's all going to come down to, did I win or lose? And everybody at the track, if you ask them, is either a winner or broke even.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Next week, Monday, we have Perry Oots on, over 7,300 career wins. And then I did post this on social media, a signed bobblehead. I'll do something to give that away on Monday night. And then Tuesday, we have jockey John Geraldo on. And Wednesday, we have ex-jockey, now jockey agent, Eddie Joe Zambrano on.
So another great week. And that will be with the wonderful, irreplaceable Jamie Martinez. I'm sure she's looking forward to getting back. She does a wonderful job hosting the show. I appreciate the time off. Thank you, Jamie. Again, tomorrow, Charles and I will be back at noon to try to undo the bad work that I did today at Belmont. I did the bad work today at Horseshoe, but tomorrow we'll get back in the winner's circle. We'll do our best. Jaime Rodriguez, impersonation and hopefully take home 8 races tomorrow out of 9, Shawn.
There you go. 8. You got to do it 8 in a row, though.
Well, we'll try 8 in a row. We'll see. I'll take 8 out of 9. It doesn't matter if they're in a row. And again, remember, if there is any maiden races tomorrow with first-time starters, my angle is going to be solely the youngest parents. That's it.
I hope the whole card's like that tomorrow now.
Oh, that would be just phenomenal. Making a complete jerk out of myself. All right, Shawn, that takes us from wire to wire. Everybody have a fantastic night tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. We hope that no matter what you do, no matter where you are, that your night and your day ends up in
the winner circle.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Have a fantastic evening. Once again, thanks for joining us.